Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today I want to talk about The Walking Dead Season 7, Trouble. Now, a couple things. We're going to talk about Negan, the premiere episode, the sanctuary, or the headquarters for the Saviors. A whole bunch of little things that I'm pulling from some images and some teasers. First up, we're going to talk about Negan. This is actually from the teaser that just aired like a week ago. It had a couple new images of Negan, of Dwight, and some voiceover from Negan saying, "I'm everywhere," where I thought that was funny because it's like, where were you when Rick and gang were killing all your people? But I get it. He's everywhere now that he knows the survivors are here, are players, you know? Now that he is aware of their community. Now, I think this is a very interesting picture, and I want to confirm something right now, and then we'll get into some speculation. If you look at what I circled in this image, that is clearly the same support beam you can find on the image on the right. Match up the support beams, then go ahead and match up the windows. So clearly Negan is giving a speech, or he's at the very least, standing in the same area we see in this image, which matches what is most likely going to be their headquarters. That's something we were speculating before. We were pretty confident, but I believe this confirms it. Below the red circle, a little bit to the right, which is under the stairway in that image to the right, you can actually see sheets there. The sheets are hanging in a way to make that a private area, as if there's multiple different sections in this room where people have mattresses, with sheets covering it, or boxes or books or whatever they want to use, making like a makeshift privacy room in this big room, if you know what I mean. Now, if we look at this image, just to confirm the speculation, basically the image on the right, I'm assuming, is identical to the little area on the left if you look below the stairs, because you have the stairs that can be seen, or at least the walkway. The stairs go up to the walkway. You can see that second tier walkway right above the sheets on the right, and then also the windows. So you can literally match up three things. I'm going to make this image a little bigger on the left so you can see what I'm talking about. These are the sheets that are making a privacy wall, so to speak, for this area. Now, since it appears they are sleeping and living in this room, I'm going to assume that the majority of them are living in this room, or at least a nice chunk of them. So if that's the case, he's most likely addressing them. And since his bat is clean, what if this is taking place before they surround the survivors? What if this is taking place before episode 16 in season 6? What if he's addressing his people, talking about, we need to do this, come together, tell your people to go here, da-da-da. What if he's organizing it, and it's Negan's moment to have that speech? Rick was doing this speech, even the governor did this speech, and maybe this is Negan's time to give this speech. He's talking to his people, telling them what they need to do. Now that's an option. That's clearly an option, and I think that's a cool option. But something else I find interesting, it could be punishment time, not for our survivors. If he is addressing people in a living quarters, let's say the people living in this area are not his soldiers. Let's say that they are just survivors. It's sectioned a little different. In the comic book, not everyone is a soldier, so to speak. There's a big giant room similar to this, and there's just survivors. Men, women, children, families, single people, all different types. Now, if he's addressing just the survivors in this area and not the soldiers, then maybe this gets complicated, but Negan takes wives. If the wife has a previous husband, if they ever fool around together after Negan takes her as a wife, I shouldn't say he doesn't take her. They choose to be with him for protection, for comfort, for food and everything. That's a choice. That's like a gold digger, essentially. So if he needs to punish somebody with the iron, which is burning their face, then he could be addressing his people, telling them we have rules and we need to follow the rules. So I think this is a really interesting image, both of them. You could piece it together, and I come away with two pieces of speculation. He's either addressing his people to punish them because someone broke a rule and got with one of his wives, or he's addressing his people because they need to be notified, at the very least, about the attack that happened at the other outpost, to calm them down and let them know we got this under control, and to tell them what we're going to do next. We're going to surround these sons of bitches. Matter of fact, this could be the very beginning of the premiere episode. Negan's telling these guys, hey, listen, we're going to surround these sons of bitches. They're going to get what they deserve. Oh, I just thought of that. Imagine how friggin' cool that would be if Negan is standing there. We open with the premiere episode. Open it however you want in some type of crazy cool style, right? Once you come out of that stylized intro, Negan is sitting there and he is talking about these people came into their outpost and slaughtered their friends and family, or at least some of their friends and family, in their sleep. Cut their throats, stabbed them in the head, and then shot them. There was a gunfight. We tried to protect ourselves, and they were all slaughtered. They even went back and slaughtered where Maggie and Carol were taken to. They even went there, burned them alive. I mean, Negan can talk about this and make it sound vicious. And as Negan is talking about this, it sounds like Rick and gang are the villains. And that would be amazing setup for, or at least amazing payoff to the setup from season 6, because even the fans, after watching that episode, they were like, man, Rick and gang, they've gone too far here. If Negan is standing in front of his people as he's describing, these atrocities, we can see it. We'll see Carol and Maggie lighting a match and burning the people alive. We'll see images of Rick, and they can edit it in a way with grim music. They can do it in a way where it makes it seem like, or look visually like, our survivors are the boogeyman. You know what I mean? They can do that in a clever way. I think that is just so fucking cool. I love that idea. So that's some speculation we can take from this. Either he's punishing his own people, or they are setting this up for a very epic intro to tighten this up and go from here to where we left off in season 6. Now, obviously, we're going to see some portion of that speech again, Negan's speech, because I don't believe they're going to start off before, cut it, and then pick right up where somebody's getting their head beaten. Anyway, that is really cool. I like that. Now, really quick, there was also this other image of Negan shooting outside the camper. Yes, if you look at the blinds and stuff around it, it looks like the same RV that the survivors got. It looks like it's daytime, which might mean that Negan and gang and survivors, even after he picks one and beats him to death, the sun might come up after that. They might go to a different location. I'm starting to hear rumbles, or grumbles I should say, about a different location, and I feel like it's bullshit, because some of the stuff I'm seeing in the comments section, it sounds so utterly ridiculous that I am hoping AMC doesn't do it. It has to deal with Rick's hatchet and threatening Carl or something like that, or Negan threatening Carl, and it sounds so stupid that I'm hoping it's just one of those, rumors, fan rumors, that maybe a young fan was like, oh, this sounds crazy cool, threw it out there to somebody, and then someone picked it up and thought it was a real rumor. Another thing real quick, so yeah, he has Eugene's gun, his machine gun. He's shooting out the window, so I'm telling you right now, keep an eye out in the new teasers and prepare for Negan to actually stick with the survivors. In the comic, he beats Glenn to death and they just leave immediately, ta-ta. Or at least he tells Rick off a little and then they leave. But they might actually stay with them till the morning, go somewhere else, do something. They might take them to the hilltop, drop them off, show them what they've done. Maybe the hilltop was attacked too, and then Negan turns around, shoots a couple walkers, and he's like, see, I'm clearing the way here. He did it in the comic a little bit. And then he can turn to the hilltop and Rick's people and say, now both of you fuckers fall in line or I'll wipe yous all out. Some shit like that. And I know that's real corny, but I'm trying to be general about how it would happen. Alright, that's all I got to say about this topic. Why don't you leave your thoughts and opinions down in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Subscribe now.